Merhaba sevgili oyungezerler, ben Yasin. Yanımda Sam Rivera var. FIFA 18'in kendisi baş geliştiricilerinden biri ve ona bazı sorular soracağız ve hatta aklınızda takılmış Türkiye Ligi ile ilgili soruları da soracağız. Ama çok da umutlu olmayın derim çünkü kendisi dediğim gibi oyunun baş geliştiricisi ve Türkiye Ligi ile ilgili sıkıntılar, lisanslama ile ilgili ama gene de soracağız. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Would you like to introduce yourself to us?
For sure, my name is Sam Rivera. I'm the lead gameplay producer for FIFA, and part of my job is basically to listen to all the feedback from all of our fans around the world and try to come up with good features for the next year.
All right, we are really happy to be here because we have so many questions to ask to you guys, specifically to you. And I would like to start from the Turkish League questions as I promised our audience. Will we see the Turkish League, the Super League in FIFA 18?
Well, what I can tell you right now is that there is a team of people licensing, working. We would love to have all of the teams, but sometimes it's a negotiation and everything's a deal that they need to do. So I cannot tell you yet anything about licensing. Right now we are only talking about gameplay and the journey. But stay tuned and you will listen about it later.
So my second question will be about gameplay. What should we be excited about? What's new in this game? What's different from 17 or 16? What should keep us on our toes, just, go crazy about?
Okay, there's many things. It's quite different, 18 from 17. There's three main things. One is responsiveness, then is fluidity, and then personality. Those three things, you will see them everywhere in the gameplay of FIFA 18. We have a brand new animation engine. It's called the Real Player Motion Technology that allows us to pick animations every frame instead of every step the player takes. In the past, every step was a clip, an animation. Now, because it's every frame for the human eye, everything, all the movement just looks like one fluid motion. So the visuals are improved. And it also allows us to put personality in the game. For example, we motion capture Ronaldo, and now we are putting his animations in the game. And if you look at Ronaldo, he moves exactly like him in real life, which is really good. We're also personalizing other players, like Sterling with his hands more like to the outside, the chest up, or Robin with the hands more like this when he's running. A lot of personality going in. And what is very important as well is the dribbling overhaul. Dribbling is one of the main components of the game. And being able to dribble around defenders and be responsive and agile, explosive, that's very important. When you request to go to sprint, from jog to sprint, you will see how the player actually stretches to get to the ball, how he leans. You will see all that athleticism to get to the ball. So dribbling is in fact my favorite. It's very, very fun, and there's a lot of personality. If you pass the ball to somebody like Messi, he's going to be super explosive. If you pass the ball to somebody like Iniesta, he's going to be able to hide the ball and everything, but it's very hard to beat somebody because he's not that fast. If you pass the ball to Piqué, then he has more trouble dribbling. So that's quite important, and also a lot of our mechanics have changed for crossing, for example. So now you, by default, if you request a cross, you're going to get a more driven, dangerous curved trajectory that creates better outcomes. And if you want a ground cross, you need to do the right bumper and cross. If you want a high cross, you need to do the left bumper and cross. These mechanics are more consistent with our regular passing mechanics. So we're also adding a lot of new animations for volleys, for example, for shooting. And the trajectories are tuned, so now they are a bit more realistic, maybe closer to the goal, so they keep you engaged. Oh, I may score or not, but doesn't mean every single volley is gonna become a goal. So a lot of things going on. There's also changes in defending, like that. Now there's more personality. It matters more to have a proper good tackler in the back, or we have the new hard tackles, like you gotta power up your tackle, and then you will see something like halfway between slide and stand tackle. There's so many things happening in gameplay, and on top of that is the atmospheres. That's also very important. Now there's regionalization, so depending on where you are in the world, the lighting is going to be different. The position of the sun is going to be authentic from the camera. So let's say a stadium somewhere, Santiago Bernabeu, the sun races this direction and then goes in the other direction. So you are going to see that depending on the time of the day to give you a more realistic perspective, like if you were watching a game in TV. If you go to South America, for example, you will see a lot of props, so things around the field like commercials, cars, flags, all those type of things. You will see them. It's very cool. And the crowds are now have individual behaviors. They are much realistic than previous FIFA. You will see how they even try to go a couple of rows down when there's a goal, so they can get closer to the player that scored the goal. So that's pretty cool. And you, as a player, that if you just scored a goal, you can go and celebrate. You can even hug the crowd, and there's so many things going on. So that's kind of what you can expect in gameplay this year. There's obviously other things like the journey, Alex Hunter's the return, and there's so many other things. Yeah.
So, about fans, especially, you said each fan has, more animations and different personalities. I have seen that, especially I'm a big football fan too, and when my team scores, I just go to the front row. I never sit on, in the front row, but whenever they score, I remember Drogba scoring against Real Madrid in 2013, and I was like, I don't even remember how I found myself right there, and that I saw it when I scored a goal right there when I was playing FIFA 18, and it just felt so real. Normally when I play FIFA 18, I just feel like one of the players, but this time it made me feel like I'm one of the fans too. Both at the same time. That's a really different feeling. That's an amazing feeling. I really thank you for that.
Oh yeah, no, you're welcome. That's our job, to try to make sure people enjoy the game, and believe me, we listen to feedback from the community. We want to make things better every year. A lot of effort. And yeah, just talking about that, you can see the crowds. They jump and they celebrate and they move. They all have different behaviors. It's very, very cool. You really feel like you're connected with the game. There's this emotional immersion that we call that happens in FIFA 18.
I have another question about Cristiano Ronaldo this time, because I'm pretty sure our audience is really, really crazy about him too.
Yeah.
So, you said the game has more characteristics now. It feels more smooth, much better than FIFA 17 as far as I understand. And how much of it is thanks to Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo, he definitely helped us with his animations. Now the game has more personality. But it's the motion, the real player motion technology that is actually creating that feeling, because as I mentioned, now we pick animations every frame, so the movement is just fluid. So that creates fluidity in the entire game. And then part of it is the Ronaldo having his own specific animations. But obviously, we're only keeping Ronaldo's animations to Ronaldo. We are not sharing it because they are so unique, and he has such a specific athletic way to move that we wanted to keep that only for him, so you can see that personality. And we're also focusing on our players to make sure not just him has that personality. As I mentioned, Sterling, or even Jordi Alba, runs like straight. He's super fast. So you're gonna see a lot of personality. But the fluidity mainly comes from the new engine.
Yeah, I also saw I saw the Sterling's specific personality, that running style too, and I also saw it for Leroy Sané. And so. Another question, this is a personal question to you.
Yeah.
Which Ronaldo? Because you have two Ronaldos in your covers. Is it El Fenomeno or Cristiano Ronaldo?
It's a very, very tough question. I really like both guys. So I don't know. I cannot tell you. Both are really, really, really good.
Come on.
Luckily, you can have both in your team later on, with the icons being in every single console. And then you can just put one on the left, one on the right, and then you're done.
Will we have the icons in PC too, or just consoles?
Yeah, PC as well.
That's lovely to hear. So,
it is really
because
good.
I prefer to play the game on PC. I buy it in actually in both consoles. I'm gonna buy it for Switch too, because I'm kind of a fanboy, let's say.
That's good.
Alrighty then. I have just a few more questions.
Yeah.
Again, another personal one, because since you're from FIFA, you know our teams. Which Turkish team is your, favorite one?
Well,
I can give you a tip. It starts with G. Goes with Gala.
Well, Galatasaray. I know that Snyder. He was there at some point.
He's still with us.
Still with us. Sorry, I'm on this side of the world, so I follow. I'm from Mexico. I follow the Mexican league every time, and I follow many other leagues. And at some point there were Mexican players playing in Turkey, I believe. One of them, maybe Neri Castillo.
No, we only had Anderson.
Oh, Yeah.
And Giovanni Dos Santos, but I'm not entirely sure if he was Mexican.
Yeah, he's Mexican. He's still playing for the national team. Well, so Galatasaray is your team.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Giovanni played for Galatasaray too.
Yeah, whenever I play the Turkish league now, and I have a favorite team now.
All right, I know you can't answer this question, but will the game support Turkish language too, or because FIFA 17 did it for the first time ever, and now that Turkish League is not in it, we don't know if Turkish will be in the supported languages or not.
I would be lying if I tell you right now, because I'm the gameplay producer. So I just know that the fact that there's no Turkish league doesn't mean there is no Turkish language. There's two separate things, two different teams. So I don't know the answer, but doesn't mean that yeah.
It sounds like most likely we will have it because since we had in 17.
Yes, you would need to talk to some of our localization guys. Sorry, I don't have the answer.
Are they here though?
Huh?
Are they here, like
There
around
should
us?
be somebody that knows that. Yeah.
All right, we'll ask them then. Thank you.
No problem.
Do you want to add anything to our conversation that you want to talk about to our fans? Or
I think I just want to add that in FIFA 18 we're working a lot in the depth of the game. So it doesn't matter if you are new or you are a very experienced user. There's always going to be something for you. You can become even better if you're already really good, or you can have a good time learning how to play. We're focused that fluidity that I was talking about helps everybody, and we want to have a smooth game where you can just have a good time with your friends, but you can also be very competitive. Competitive gaming is very, very important for us. For all those of our fans that are really into competitive gaming, there's going to be more announcements later in Gamescom, but it's very important for us. We're working on all the feedback about lag and all those type of things. We are trying to make a better experience for next FIFA. Believe me, there's a team of people back in the studio trying to fix all the things with the connectivity and everything. So it's going to be a big year again, 19.
I just have two more questions and I will let you go.
Sounds good.
So, for Alex Hunter, it's his second season. I already played the little bit you guys showed us. So what should we expect from this season? How is it going to go for Hunter? Will we have more choices? Because I'm going to ask about the RPG section of it. Because there's, again, just 3 choices we can make and not more. And in the last game, to be honest, it did not affect the gameplay that much. Because whatever we picked, in the end, the ending was somewhat the same. So is it going to be the same, or this time our decisions will make a difference?
So your decisions have a bigger impact for sure this year. That's some of the feedback that we heard last year, and that's kind of the main thing we wanted. So there will be different flows, different outcomes that you will see, different things. So there's going to be a lot of different stories. It's not just going to be the same all the time for everybody. Obviously, there has to be a path where pretty much that we have to follow. But expect more, definitely more impact on your decisions, and not only your decisions, also your performance on the pitch. So there's changes for that specifically.
All right, that's nice to hear. My last question to you. For FUT Ultimate Team, last year with FIFA 17, you introduced 2 things that made us really happy. One being the player introduction when we had when we get a star player.
Yeah, the intro, yeah.
And the second one was squad building challenges. Will we see anything new that's going to make us really excited?
So look, right now it's EA Play is all about gameplay and the journey. Then in Gamescom, it's going to be our colleagues, the FUT guys. They're going to be telling you all the news. All I can tell you for now is going to be a very big year. Expect a lot of things.
Thank you so much.
No
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sevgili oyungezerler, sorularınızı umarım en azından çoğuna yanıt bulmuşuzdur. Türkçe ile ilgili araştırmalarımıza devam edeceğiz. Biz takipte kalın.